What's up, everybody? Welcome in to another edition of the NCAA Hoops Hour. I am the Big Meadow Campus here with you live on a Tuesday, January 8th, 2018. Hope you're having a great day here. We'll get into the college hoops card. Hopefully find a little value tonight. And hopefully, I can help you get some winners. I do have one play tonight at the website, rightwager.com, on a nice little run in college hoops. So I'm very happy with that. And we'll look to keep it going tonight. Long season here. I know a lot of you have not really been involved with college basketball really since football ends now, but hopefully you get back in and enjoy making some money. If you're in here, welcome in. Make sure you hit the like button. Let us know you're out there and say hello in the chat. I'll try to get to as many games as I can as far as going over them. Not a huge card tonight, but there are a lot of big-time matchups and a lot of big spots. If you like, the Big 12, the Big 10, the MAC, get some Big East as well. So definitely a nice little card. A lot of different conferences, no real mid-majors outside of the MAC and MVC. So definitely some decent spots here tonight. I've been watching a lot of Sopranos. That's kind of been what I've been doing. With no morning show, I don't have as much to do anymore. But I do want to address something, and I'm excited about. I want to tell everyone about it. I'm waiting for a couple of people to touch down in here. I do have a little bit of an announcement I think all of you will enjoy, and I urge you to make sure you're around for it. Going forward, starting tomorrow, every Wednesday at 10 o'clock a.m. on this channel, we're going to have a new basketball show starting. It's going to be very much like the Roundtable, but it's going to be all basketball, college basketball. It's going to be from a really overall perspective. We'll talk about some games that day and really talk about the state of college basketball. It's going to be me, Drew Martin, and Ian Cameron. It's going to be called The March into Madness. It'll be on this channel. So if you're new, make sure you subscribe. Every Wednesday at 10 o'clock a.m., we'll be on here. So if you like the Roundtable, make sure you check out that show, which will be on every Wednesday at 10 o'clock a.m. Make sure you're there. Always some great info out of those guys, so should be a good one. Let's get into the show here tonight. I'll throw out a couple of thoughts on this card here. I like Akron tonight. They were a game that almost made my card. Like the Zips in this one against Central Michigan. I really like what I'm seeing out of Akron. This is a team that has pretty good basketball team. They're well coached, always under John Gross. Again, a lot of times they're stepping up at competition. They've not gotten the job done. But you look at all those games; they were all close. You lose to Clemson by 3, lose to Illinois State by 5, lose to Fort Wayne by 3. 1 by Marshall, 6 to Nevada. They're facing a team in Central Michigan here tonight that's about as overrated as it gets. I mean, I think a lot of people will look at this team and say, "Well, they're 12-2, and and all in all." But the truth, they're not very good. I mean, they've gotten one of the worst schedules in America. And you take out the 2 step-up games that they lost, by the way. This schedule is about as poor as it gets. I mean, there is nothing in this schedule to be excited about. Absolutely nothing. And the wins, 3 have come against non-Division I opponents, and a lot of the wins have come against some of the worst teams in the country. Jackson State, Youngstown State, Chicago State, San Jose State, Sam Houston State, UMKC, Southern Utah. I mean, what is this? This schedule's pathetic. Your Weber State and TCU step-up games, you lose. This team is not good from the foul line, and they don't play very good defense. That's never been a calling card under Keno Davis defensively. And I like what Akron does. I like Jamond Ivey a lot. Daniel Dutome, Channel Banks, Lauren Christian Jackson. I like this team. I think they're really, really solid. Do I think they're the best team in the MAC? No, but I think Central Michigan's just overvalued. I think they take care of business here. Why isn't Donnie on the rent? Because he's got other things he's doing. That's why. We're shutting him out. We don't want him on. No, he's got other things he's doing. So he won't be on. Let's move on. So yeah, I like Akron for sure. That's definitely one I'm interested in. Also, guys, if you can, do me a favor, go on Twitter and retweet this show, so people know we're on. No, I do not recap at the end. I'm just giving a free picks. What's with the story on the Brown line? That one I didn't really look much into. I know sharp money's on Canisius. What's up, Adam, Hal, Isaac, Matt, Greco, Big Easy, Chris, OG, Tim, Southside, Adam, Santino, what's up? Trenton, Big Worm, Nuke Worker, Jack Inwood. What's up, everybody? Southern Illinois tonight. I think it's a decent spot for them. I mentioned Drake. I'm not as interested in now that Nick Norton's out. Nick Norton is their primary ball handler, and he's a guy that I think they really need. You look at without him, I mean, they got beat up against Loyola Chicago. And you're getting a team in here in Southern Illinois that's always very solid under Barry Hinson. Always very solid. Terrific from the three-point line. Do a pretty nice job at getting to the foul line. The one concern I have with Southern Illinois generally is they turn the ball over a lot. But Drake doesn't really force turnovers. It's not really their game. I think the Nick Norton injury hurts. I don't know how long it'll hurt. I think eventually they'll figure it out. But for right now, it's an interesting conundrum. And if you know anything about Southern Illinois, they have some really solid guard play. Aaron Cook, Kavion Pippin, I mean, Marcus Bartley, a nice little wing player. This is a good team. A really solid team under Barry Hinson. I like them in this spot. I'll give Drake a few more games. They'll start to get to know how to win without Norton. But I think without him initially, it's going to be tough. So I like Southern Utah in that game. Let me go through some comments here. I think that's the best way to handle this card tonight. What's up, Austin? BitXN, Dan Lapp, Artez, Lloyd. I would consider Wyoming a fade team, but yeah, I don't think they're a fade team. I think right now under getting this kind of number, I think it's a real nice spot. I mean, 13.5. Why is SDSU laying 13.5 here? What's that all about? SDSU is not good. They're not a good basketball team, and I've talked about it before. The reason I like Wyoming in dog spots, I've had them a few different times this year. Took them on Saturday on the show that we did with Drew and Ian, and then I've had them one or two other times on my client card. They're not great from inside the arc, but you look at what does a dog have to do to hang around. Tempo is generally great when it can up tempo. They get to the foul line, and they make 3-point shots. Could this be a spot where SDSU gets it going? Maybe. But generally Wyoming loses by like this amount. I mean, I think it'll be close to the number, to be honest, but I'm willing to think that they can hang around here. SDSU's not in a good spot right now. They're not playing well right now. You know, if they had pulled off, a few wins in a row, then maybe. But this is a team that lost to Brown at home by 20 plus. They just got crushed by Boise. They've lost to Cal, gave up 89 in that game. Lost to San Diego, only scored 61 in that game. I just don't know how good this team is. I don't frankly think they're that good. So I would lean Wyoming here. I think this is too many points. Can a brother get back on your Twitter? Not sure what you mean by that. Maryland over. I don't have much opinion on that Maryland game tonight. Mizzou at home. Yeah, I got some SEC thoughts here with that game and maybe another one. I think Missouri is kind of an interesting team. I think the under makes some sense in this game. I think both teams will look to play it in the 60s, and that's just my figure here. Both these teams not incredibly quick. Tennessee has sped up tempo a little bit, and that could be kind of a weird caveat in this game. But yeah, both these teams have really gotten after on the defensive end. I don't love Missouri from an offensive standpoint. I lean Tennessee, to be honest. I think Tennessee's a great team. I really do. I think they're right there in the top four. I just personally have them outside of it, but I think long term they're solid. The only problem is Rick Barnes. I'm not a big Rick Barnes guy, but Tennessee's as good as it gets. I mean, you have one loss, and it's a neutral court game. But you look outside of Gonzaga, I mean, and Kansas, there's just not a lot to like about this schedule. I mean, this is probably the best team you're going to face outside of Kansas and Gonzaga. So, can they go on the road and lay this kind of number? I mean, you're laying a few points here. I mean, you're laying 7. It's actually up to 8.5. I haven't looked at this game up. It's up to 8.5. I mean, you're going to have to win by double digits here. A lot of money coming in on the Vols, obviously. I'd lean under. It's kind of where I would say. I think it's, I don't know. I think it's like a 70-63 type of game, something like that. I think it's somewhat low scoring. I also kind of like Mississippi State tonight, but this line is kind of freaking me out a little bit. Mississippi State has not done a ton on the road. A lot of their games recently have been at home. And frankly, they've won one away game at Dayton, true road games. You look at their neutral court games, lost to Arizona State. It was close to St. Mary's. And then you beat Clemson, which I'm nothing to write home about there. Look, Mississippi State should win by double digits. This team is up-tempo. They're a lot better offensively this year. Couple that with a great defense team. I think Mississippi State's the top 10 team in the country. I think they're that good. And you look at the way to beat Mississippi State, make threes. They can't do that in South Carolina. I think it's a tough matchup for the Gamecocks. I think this game's a double-digit win, but this line freaks me out a little bit. Just my thing. No, I'm sick. It's cold, and then it's warm one day, and it's warm the next. I mean, it's not great weather. I don't smoke. I've never smoked. Hit the like button. Amen. I'll get to St. John's in a little. I blocked you because you were playfully talking football stuff. I'm sure it wasn't playful. I'm sure you were fucking stunad, and I blocked you. It's always playful, except when it's playful to you, it's not playful anymore. I blocked you for a reason, probably. Send me your thing, and I'll look you over. Yeah, St. John's Villanova. Look, to be honest, this is right close to my list. I think first half makes a lot of sense. I don't see 6.5 points difference between these two. I just don't. I think the only advantage I think Villanova has is on the glass, but St. John's isn't terrible rebound wise. I think depth is at some point going to be a problem for St. John's, but I don't think it's going to be a problem this game. St. John's always plays Villanova tough. I think Shamari Pons is a big matchup nightmare. I think St. John's is a really solid play here. The only reason this wasn't a play is because I have a play I liked even more. But yeah, I like it. I like St. John's a lot. I don't know about that. I mean, they're better coached. I mean, but that's like saying, I mean, of course, Villanova's got a great coach. I don't think anyone will disagree with you there. But as far as being disciplined, I'm not sure about that. I mean, Villanova fouls an average amount. They turn the ball over a lot. I wouldn't say they're disciplined. St. John's is not 6.5 points worse than Villanova. I think they're 3.5, 4, not 6.5. All right, what we're gonna do is I want to see what this kid said that we blocked him. He must have said something stupid. Everyone puts their tail between their legs. They all want to be tough guys on the internet, but then you blocked them, and they didn't really mean that. Let's see what he said. What else do I like here? And again, guys, if you're just joining us, make sure you check out tomorrow night. We're going to, or tomorrow morning, we're going to do not a round table, but similar. It's going to be all basketball. Me, Drew Martin, and Ian Cameron. So make sure you join us 10 o'clock a.m. On this channel. So if you haven't, make sure you subscribe. I greatly appreciate that. We'd love to have you. I don't think St. John's wins outright. No, I think the game's close. Welcome in, Josh. Yeah, I don't like Drake. I like the other side. NC State over. Yeah, I mean it's a high number, but the game should be very high scoring. I kind of like UNC if I had to play it as well. I think NC State's a good team. I don't think they're a great team, and I hate their. I hate their schedule. I think their schedule's pathetic. I think it's 351 in the country. What are my thoughts on Oklahoma, Texas Tech? I mean, I think everyone kind of knows what I think about Oklahoma at this point. Yeah, exactly. I like Oklahoma, always. Baylor, Iowa State. You would think it's a good bounce back spot for Iowa State. Obviously, or it's a letdown spot for Iowa State. I mean, after beating Kansas the other night, now you got to travel down to Waco. I mean, Baylor's not had a great season, but they're pretty good offensively. Always very solid defensively. I think it's a tough spot for Iowa State. I would lean Baylor. There's a lot of letdown games tonight. I think Baylor +2 is a good play. Definitely. I think that's a good play, and I think UNLV is a pretty good play. New Mexico off a big letdown spot as well. The only thing about this is different is Baylor's at home. New Mexico's at home as well. So at least Iowa State has to travel after that big win. I like Baylor. Definitely. Purdue taking some sharp money. Yeah, I do see that. I would lean that way. I think the Sharps definitely like Purdue here. Maybe they don't believe in Michigan State. How will they play without Langford, which is obviously a big loss? The guard play for Michigan State is not that good to begin with. So you got to wonder how they kind of deal with that. I thought the second half, though, was terrific that they played against Ohio State. I mean, they didn't do well. I mean, it was kind of a struggle at times in the first half, kind of getting acclimated without him. But Cassius Winston was great. But you ask yourself, who's going to step up without Langford? It's got to be Tillman probably or Kyle Ahrens. That's a big loss for them. They did shoot a lot of free throws in that game too. They shot 37 free throws, Michigan State, compared to 21 for Ohio State. So the game was kind of poorly called, at Ohio State. I think Purdue's got to learn how to play some defense. Though they've not been very good from a defensive perspective. So no comment on the LSU Bama game. Yeah, listen, sorry, man, can't get to every single person. Sometimes you miss them. Keep in mind, I'm sitting here talking about basketball for free for you. I don't get to every comment. LSU, Alabama, that's another letdown spot. Alabama off a big win. Now I got to travel on the road. I'd lean LSU there. I like them a lot offensively. Over looks pretty good as well. I think we see a game that gets into the mid to high 70s here. Any thoughts on Toledo? Lean over. Definitely. I'd lean over. Both those teams are really good on offense. Both are going to go at a blistering pace. Game should get into the 160s. Kind of like Toledo. I think it's a pretty big test for Buffalo. haven't really been tested a whole lot this year. I mean, obviously outside of your Syracuse, the Marquette. Other than that, there really haven't been a ton of tests for this group. The out-of-conference schedule was decent. Play West Virginia, Southern Illinois, not bad. San Francisco. And they've had a couple tests, but, last two games really haven't been much. Luckily, you get in the game at home, though, which is solid. But this Toledo team's pretty good. I mean, I think they're probably the second-best team in the MAC outside of Buffalo. Jalen Sanford is fantastic. Willie Jackson, Nate Navigato, Luke Napke. Good team. Really good team. Well coached. They're Taco Walchik as well. They're going to go quick. Could be a fun game here. I'd imagine this game's a lot like the the Oakland game, first game of the season, or for Toledo. And for Buffalo, I think the game's going to be a lot like normal. 85-81, 82-79, something like that. I could see Toledo definitely hanging here. It would really surprise me if Buffalo win big in this one. This is a good opponent, finally. Should be a great game. It should be a game that I would take the points in. Does anything stand out? Yeah, I got a couple plays I like tonight. My favorite play, I love it. Well, that's good, Lloyd. It's always good. Savannah State games, they're always fun. Ball State. Ball State scored a lot of points. They've been fun to watch. They're probably right up there too as far as teams in the MAC. Problem tonight is Eastern Michigan. I mean, they're about the polar opposite of Ball State. They go very slow. They're very poor on offense. Would I take Ball State tonight? Probably. I don't really see a reason to take the points here. You can get an 11.5 at Pinnacle if you have Pinnacle. Eastern Michigan, though, is a sharp side. Sharps are coming in, I think, on 12 or 12.5. Not really much opinion. Best Gambler, what's up? My second favorite play of the night would probably be St. John's. Did you do Illinois State? No, I've not done Illinois State. And look, to be frank, I have no interest in backing the Redbirds. Not at all. I think they're a lazy team. I think they're poorly coached. I wonder how much they care at times. And look, is Northern Iowa a good basketball team? No. This is definitely not one of Ben Jacobson's better teams. But one thing about Northern Iowa that you always have to respect, I mean, they're always very good on defense. Problem is, this year they really haven't been. This is the worst Northern Iowa team in a long time. I mean, there are not a lot of quality wins here. And on the road, I mean, you have one away win, and it was a pretty solid win at Bradley. But other than that, if you're Illinois State, you got to start getting going a little bit here. I mean, you're in a conference play now. You were able to, over the weekend, get a win. You're 1-1 on the conference season. You can forget all the wrongs. Wichita State's gone out of this conference. Northern Iowa's down. Loyola's not as good. Bradley's down. I mean, this is your chance if you're Dan Muller's team to win this conference. You should be able to handle Northern Iowa. I just want to see one solid win. And the first step was Saturday. That was a nice win against Evansville. Evansville had been playing well. This is a game tonight where if you're Northern Iowa, you have really no shot in. So if you're Illinois State, you got to go out and take care of business here. You're much better than Northern Iowa. Do they basically say that we know we're much better than them? We're at home and we're going to roll here. They should win by double digits here. But they do have a past of not being dependable, Illinois State. Already talked about it, George Young. Have nothing on Miami, Ohio. Don't really have any interest in that group. Iowa State -2. No, I like the other side. And again, guys, I do have a play tonight, and I'm not going to tell you. If you want it, you're going to have to. I sell it. I've given out free plays on here. My favorite free play would be St. John's, 6.5. I like Akron as well against Central Michigan. Probably just play the money line there. K-Waz, Bowling Green. They're another bad team. I wouldn't have much on them tonight. I don't. Ohio is kind of they're pretty good on offense. Ohio. I mean, they're not as good as in years past, but they could score points. I mean, I would say the game probably gets to the 140s. What's the total here? Under might have some value, 143. Ohio's pretty good on offense, but Bowling Green is pretty average, pretty good defensive team. Going to make it difficult on Ohio. I could see a game maybe 71-65 or something. See maybe high 130s, but I don't know if we'll get to the 143. Yeah, guys, again, you're going to have to it's 5:27. You guys are coming in here asking about game. I already reviewed a lot of the games you guys are asking about. So do me a favor. You can rewind and just check it out. To get my plays, you can get them at rightwager.com. I'm a unit negative on the season, but I've had a great run over the last month plus. I started at 0-9, which many people know already. And I've rebounded. I'm basically around even. So it's been a good season, at least after those 9 games. I often wonder where I'd be if, I went 500 there, but it happens. We'll be fine by the end of the year. Keith, settle down. I mean, seriously, relax. This guy's like, Keith, I'm doing a show. No offense, but my biggest worry is not whether you're blocked or not. I'll check. Relax. You're unblocked, okay? Quit busting my balls, all right? Thank you, Nuke Worker. Yeah, my 3 favorite replays would be St. John's, Akron, and Baylor. They would be my 3 free plays. I have a great sense of humor. A lot of fun things that are funny, but I guess right now my main concern is not getting this guy unblocked, even though I already did it like 10 minutes ago. If you have any other questions on any other sports or any other topics, feel free to get them in here. We'll be on for another 20 minutes or so. We basically went through a lot of these games already, which is fun. Thank you, Jonesy. No problem. You don't have to thank me. Just hit the like button. That's all you got to do. How's the girlfriend? Am I proposing yet? No, I've not proposed yet. She's great, though. I'm actually seeing her tomorrow. So I'll see her tomorrow, and then she's coming up here on Sunday. So, she's great. She's terrific. I'm very, very happy. Anything on Evansville? I would think they'd bounce back tonight. They didn't play well over the weekend at Illinois State. But you're getting a team in here in Loyola that's starting to get it going a little bit. But the numbers dropped considerably. I think Evansville's probably the sharp play. But I'm not a big MVC guy. And outside of, Drake, but I don't love Drake as much now because our boy Norton's out. Occasionally, I'll get involved in MVC. I've always had good luck with it, with overs and stuff like that. We're getting into the nitty-gritty now, though, guys. You're going to see a lot of overs coming out. We're going to get it going a little bit. Donnie's starting to get involved with picks, and him and I talk about games all the time. So the volume's going to go up. It's college basketball, which I think we're real excited about. What else do we have here? I don't have a Gumad. I don't need one. Why do I have it? Why would I? Why on earth would I have a gumad? Have you seen my girl? There's absolutely no need that I have a gumad. She does everything I could ask. She's absolutely terrific. Why would I? Why would I? Why would I cheat on her? I'd be the dumbest guy on earth. She's perfect. She's complete 12. Her body's unreal. She's sweet. She's hardworking. My parents like her. I mean, why would I? Why would I ever do that? That's Tony Soprano. I mean, I'm very happy. His wife is also a nagging annoyance. So I think when you have someone that you kind of just like, you don't need that. And I would never do that. If I didn't like her, I would just, break up with her, I know you would. I mean, I've only been with her, OG, for officially a month now. I mean, we've been talking for 3 or 4 months, but it's too early. Would I marry her? For sure. She's great. JC, gotta go. Low Shack in the bag starting now. Take it easy. I will not, Derek. No what? Exactly, Keith. There you go. You finally said something that made sense. Good work. Good work. Marist and Manhattan. Battle the bad teams in that one. I mean, is Manhattan this bad? I mean, Marist is bad too. I mean, is Manhattan this bad? They got it hang around here, don't they? I don't know. Under. These teams are about as bad as it gets. Marist has 5 wins on the season, but they've lost 3 in a row. Manhattan is really bad. They're probably the worst offensive team in the country, and they're dead last in free throw percentage. How the hell did Niagara give up 80 to them? Or did they give up? How the hell did Niagara give up 90 to them? Jesus Christ! I want to see that box score. Fuck, man. Jeez, I didn't think they could. Have they ever scored 90? Manhattan? I don't think they ever scored 90. We'll do some of that stuff tomorrow on the new show we're going to do. Some futures, maybe. A lot of people saying that Adriana Lacerva should have been on My Hottest Woman in Sopranos, that she was number 1. Listen, she's hot, but I just like the others. Sorry. I mean, I thought they were much hotter. No, she was a rat, too. I don't like rats. That's why. That turned me off from her. Gun to head, Sopranos or Wire? I don't know. Probably Sopranos. Slightly. Very little. And it's only because I can relate a little bit more. Not that I've found in the Mafia, but I don't know. I think a lot of the values that Sopranos had, I remember. The Sunday dinner and the Catholic stuff, and just I think them involving Tony and his family, I thought was just brilliant. It wasn't just a mob show; it was a family show. It was it was there was a lot of relation to family, which I loved. When I was a kid, I mean, I remember AJ Soprano, I was him. That was me to a T. Just kind of my sister was always better than I was, and she always did everything better than my brother and I. And I don't know. I remember Sunday nights we always watch Sopranos. The Wire is perfect. They're both perfect. I don't think. I think that's one of the only reasons I would say Sopranos over a little more. Just because it was a little bit more relatable for me. Yeah, it's a good question, actually. Great question. All right, guys. So yeah, I mean, we ran over pretty much all the games. Duke laying a big number tonight. Um, how's that game not go over, right? I mean, Wake's got to give you something, don't they? I mean, they got to give you at least, you know, 70, don't they? I don't know. That total looks pretty low. 155 and a half. I think that gets to 160. I think Wake can put 70 on. Could be a lot of garbage time. Wake's not a bad 3-point shooting team. Pretty decent from the line. Kind of like the over. Nah, I will not be an MSG. I will be at the MSG for Duke St. John's though later in the year. When's the next Premier League show? Tomorrow, but I won't be on it, so they'll take care of you on that. Josh, that is really a dumb comment. Listen, Boardwalk Empire is it's not better than The Wire, so I don't know. We will talk college football, basketball futures, college basketball futures tomorrow on my new show we're going to have on the channel here at 10 a.m. So make sure you join us for that. Me and Drew Martin and Ian Cameron, March to Madness. We'll talk about plenty of college basketball and some of the games. Why won't I be on? Because I'm busy. I'm going to be out of town. So sorry. Sometimes I think this is the first show I missed for the Premier League punters. So sorry. That's how it's going to be, you know. But all right, guys, I'm out of here. Have a great day. Thanks for joining me. Threw out a couple free plays that I like St. John's, like Akron, and I like Baylor. Wyoming looks interesting as well. You all have a great day. Thanks for joining me here, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.